Hello everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Building Valenhardt. Today, we're going to be building a rather spooky build. Ghosts and ghouls will be involved. So if you're easily spooked by scary things, such as haunted ancient castles or the month of October, then be wary of this video. So yes, today we'll be building a haunted castle. This castle resides in the southwest lands of this world, which is known for its ghostly activity. Some say a large, world-changing event happened in these lands 1,000 years ago, which caused the peoples of these lands to be forced to roam them for eternity. Now, to choose a spot to build this, I think this hill will do the trick. It's also right next to the wall of the valley, which means I can add a bridge connecting the castle to the plateau. So, to make building this a bit easier, I decided to sketch out a very detailed drawing of what I want it to look like. Don't make fun of me. Now that that's done, let's start the build. So, I've decided to start by making a simple shaped outline of the castle. This makes it so that if there's any changes I want to make after the fact, it's as easy as replacing a few blocks, which is a lot easier than having to replace a whole wall. I want this outer wall to appear as if the towers, walls, and other structures that are in here are just one thing. So I'm just going to have everything be connected. Now, with the outline of the outer wall finished, I can now begin work on the inner structure. I want the inner structure to be pretty much the same as the outer wall, but with a large central tower to make the build feel more imposing. Now that I'm happy with the shape of these two layers, I can start transferring these into 3D space to get a real feel for what this will look like. Over on this side is where I want the wall to shoot up more vertically, in reference to my beautiful art. Then, finishing this off, I'll connect it back to the front entrance. Shifting our focus upward, I'll begin work on the main tower and its surrounding structures. I'll then add some smaller structures to bring it all together. And I think that looks pretty good. The outer and inner wall has the correct shape I was looking for, and the center tower is just as menacing as I'd hoped it would be. Now, back at the front entrance, I could begin to finalize the outline by filling it in. Now that the outer wall is filled in, I need to clear out some space for the inner structure to connect down to. Luckily, filling this part in is pretty easy, as I just have to use fill commands and copy and paste some things here and there. Now I can start a part that's not so easy. Building normal roofs are not that difficult, but when you start building them on circle and angled structures, it starts to get challenging real quick. Thankfully, the result far outweighs any difficulties I faced during the construction. For the roofs on the inner structure, I end up having a bit of difficulty on the angled bits, but I eventually figure it out. I also start altering some things just to make it look a bit more interesting. And eventually, I get the final roof done, and I'm very happy with how it's looking so far. And now I can start the final structure, the bridge. To start, I know I want some arches. So, I'm going to start off by copying and pasting them along the bridge, as well as connect them to the ground. I'll then start fleshing out the walkway and guardrail, and then fill the rest in. Then, finalizing the bridge, I'll add some spikes like I did for the walls. Now, with the structure built, I can start working on adding some details to the build. And I'm going to start this off by adding some windows. Last but not least, I'll add some texture to the entirety of the castle to give it some age. And with that, the haunted castle is complete. I feel like this build turned out way better than I was ever expecting it to, especially because of, never mind. Thank you to everyone who has made it this far in the video. It really means a lot, because these videos take a long time for me to make, and every second you watch helps me immensely. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.